You never hear a story so wild, you have to pause and ask, wait, what happened? Picture this. It's 2020 in February. We're at President Cyril Ramaphosa's private game farm in Limpopo. It's peaceful, it's scenic, it's luxury wildlife. You know the vibe. Except someone breaks in. And they don't just steal money. They steal hundreds of thousands of US dollars hidden inside a couch. And for months, almost 2 years, no one says a word. Not the president, not the police, not the Reserve Bank. No one. Until one day, it all blows up. According to reports, thieves had broken into the farmhouse and discovered cash. Lots of it, hidden in furniture, mostly US dollars. They allegedly stole around 580,000 US dollars, which is roughly 9 million rand at the time. But here's where things get strange. The break-in wasn't reported to the police in the usual way. Instead, Ramaphosa's head of security, Major General Wally Roeder, allegedly led a private investigation, one that involved tracking down the suspects, interrogations, and payments to get the money back. For 2 years, the story stayed buried until June 2020, when former spy boss Arthur Fraser dropped a political bombshell. He filed an affidavit with the police claiming Ramaphosa had covered up the theft, failed to report it properly, and possibly violated money laundering laws and exchange control regulations. Fraser claimed the president kept large sums of undeclared foreign currency at the farm and then used his security team to track and silence the suspects, some of whom were reportedly Namibian nationals. Ramaphosa denied any wrongdoing. He said the money came from the sale of buffalo to a Sudanese businessman named Mustafa Hazim, and there was no cover-up. But the questions didn't stop there. Why was the cash hidden in furniture? Why wasn't the Reserve Bank notified? And if it was legitimate sales, why the secrecy? The scandal exploded just months before the ANC's 2022 National Conference, threatening Ramaphosa's presidency. An independent panel, which was led by former Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo, found prima facie evidence that the president may have violated the constitution. It was serious enough that Parliament almost voted to start impeachment proceedings. But the ANC majority in Parliament closed ranks and the vote failed. Soon after, the Public Protector, the SA Reserve Bank, and the South African Revenue Services all cleared Ramaphosa of any major wrongdoing, saying there was no conclusive evidence of money laundering or constitutional breaches. Still, though, the damage was done. Public trust took a bit of a hit because for many South Africans struggling with unemployment, with load shedding and the rising food prices, it just didn't sit right. How does the president keep that kind of cash lying around when ordinary people can't even keep the lights on? So why does Phala Phala even matter? It's because it's not just about this one scandal. This is about accountability. This one scandal showed how powerful people can bend the system to protect themselves when the rest of us just get the law is the law. It reignited old wounds about corruption, privilege, and those blurred lines between public office and private business. It also reminded us about how fragile public trust really is and how quickly it can be lost. And that's why when we hear stories like this, we have to ask, wait, what happened?